Warning. After listening to this podcast, you may experience the sudden urge to get things done. Side effects include, but are not limited to, feelings of passion, drive, discipline, some laughs, and maybe even a little potty mouth. This is the Relentless Project. The show that proves you don't need a cape to be a superhero in your own life. Your host, an ordinary man speaking with extraordinary people. We showcase everyday heroes who are crushing it in life, business, hobbies, and their careers. It's a motivational roller coaster designed to inspire, wake you up, and remind you just how much you can accomplish when you set your mind to it. Get ready to hear stories of triumph over adversity, from the gym bros and fighters to the business folks and stay-at-home moms. Everyone has a story to tell, and we're here to help you share it. Real people, real stories, real f***ing life. The Relentless Project. And now, your host, the man on a mission to ignite your inner fire, Ish Lopez. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be inspired.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Ish, your host, bringing you the first episode. But before we get into that, I just wanted to thank everyone who listened to the intro, those who reached out, and everyone who shared it. Every time you give me feedback, the good, the bad, and the ugly, it helps me make this better, which hopefully in turn helps those who are listening. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, so here we are, the one with Devon Siegfried.
Get in, settle in, strap in, boy.
All right, so it's been quite the journey getting this started. I mean, today's episode, because I had a dream last night. I was so excited for this episode. I had a dream last night that I forgot my laptop. I told Devin about it. And then I pack everything up, come to his house to realize that I forgot my laptop. So we're going to do it live.
Really did forget.
So for those of you who don't know, this is Devin. It's my homeboy. We work together. And here we are.
What's
So
up, everybody? The Relentless Project, man. Excited to be here. Honored to be here.
he's been saying that for about the last hour. But it's funny that I gotta put you on this podcast to come to your house.
Oh, ouch.
Because I don't get invites. But
ouchie.
Fun fact, I actually sold him this house.
He did.
That was the first time I was in and the last time.
My realtor. Hey, you're welcome anytime, bro. Come on, get out of here.
I appreciate that. Just after this, give me the garage code. All right, so you know a little bit about the podcast. The podcast, I kind of try to explain it to you, is about ordinary people, and I say ordinary because it's people that you'll find in our communities, our friends or people we know, or someone that you may pass by every day who you'll never know the shit they're doing. There it is. You're allowed to swear on this.
Hey, yeah, can you swear on this, Ish?
You can swear on this, Dev.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
So it's people that you may not know the things they're doing, the things they're exceeding in their life. And one thing I admire about you is your ambition for boxing and how you've been doing with that.
Thank you.
For those of you who don't know, he's officially a pro boxer. He told me when we first got hired and I found out that he was boxing, he's like, I'm going to go pro. And damn it, he went pro. So tell us a little about that, your journey in boxing, what got you into boxing, a little bit about your background. Let the folks know.
I love boxing, man. It started kind of random for me. I was brought down to the boxing gym in Elwood City, which is a free gym. It's like kind of an after-school program for kids to kind of keep them off the streets. It was originally made a nonprofit organization to keep kids off the streets and give them kind of an after-school program for those kids who got in trouble in school. I'm sure you don't know no one like that, right?
Guilty.
Yeah, but yeah, a good friend of mine from high school, Rosalinda Morales, who actually up until this year was 9-0 with several knockouts as a professional. He's 9-1 now. Just fought on Showtime. Very distinguished professional boxer. He brought me down to the gym, and this dude's maybe like 130 pounds soaking wet, like tough dude, like a Marine vet, like just not your average Joe. He's an absolute animal. But he brought me down to the gym as a 130-pound man. I'm probably over 200 pounds coming out of college. Was playing football there for a little bit. I was a little more beefed up than my lanky self now, but he whooped me so good, bro. Like whooped me to the point where I was like, man, I gotta learn how
Like
to do
first
this.
day.
No, first day.
First day.
I'm in the ring getting my ass whooped first day, like by a 130-pound kid. You know what that does to your
So
confidence?
actually, funny you mentioned that. So, I used to do MMA, end of high school, early college. And I say that very loosely. I went into this underground gym in Erie. There's like a bunch of people in the basement, and my buddy's like, "Hey, dude, we're training. We're going to Ohio to fight." I'm like, "Dude, I fight every day." I grew up fighting every day.
Yeah.
So like me and my older brother, if I got my ass beat, I'd call my brother. He'd finish it. So like I tried not to lose because then I took a lick from my brother after that. But I grew up fighting every day, and then a buddy of mine, he's like, "Dude, we're training MMA." I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm in." He takes me to this basement. And I'm like, "Whatever." I've been in sketchier places, and the only thing down there was an octagon ring, and it was like rusted, like the mat was torn up. It was ugly, bro. So I'm like, dudes are sparring in there. Yo, who's next? My boy didn't even look at me. I'm like, yo, I'm in. I get to knock some heads, bro. I got destroyed. Like my man card that I have. I mean, I was a little stupid boy, but was revoked immediately.
The first time's the hardest, bro.
I've never been humbled so bad in my life.
Oh my
So,
God.
I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
It was bad, man. Like, and like you said, like I grew up like fighting too. It's not like I was the perfect child. I wasn't sitting in like, the Christian Academy in the North Hills in some big mansion. You know what I mean? I was fighting all the time. Like we had underground like fight leagues in my high school, I feel like. And what's crazy is my friend Rosie, he was actually like leading the charge with that. Like he was undefeated in that league. Me, I'm a rookie in that league. Like I was getting like whooped one day, I'd do all right the next day, whooped the next day. Like it was tough for me when I first started. I was not very good when I first started. But
what made you stick it through? Because like I know when I got trashed, my ego hit real quick, and I'm like, I'm gonna kick that dude's ass next time.
Yeah.
And that was what drove me to start fighting and learning. Now, granted, I never really got into anything until as an adult. Where we both train jiu-jitsu now. I've been doing that for about 3 to 4 years. Before that, it was like couple weeks I'd hit it, fall off. Couple weeks, like nothing structured, nothing legit. So when I say I wanted to kick dude's ass, it was more ego and aggression that took over, and not. I wasn't trying to do it for the right reason. So like I got into the ring. I always saw red. I won a lot of my fights only because I was young and dumb, and I was fighting dudes who've never fought before. So I had the experience of fighting, but I never had the experience of a structured, like, for example, your last fight camp, which we'll talk about because that was insane.
Yeah.
But what led you to continue after getting rocked by Rosie hashtag?
Yeah.
What made you keep going?
Dude, it was weird. It was like a thing in my mind. Like and you kind of touched on this in your little intro episode, like talking about how everybody has that like that winning mentality, that greatness mentality inside them. They just, some people just need to have that brought out. I think that was kind of my moment, getting my ass whooped by a smaller dude, where I was like, oh man, I'm a athletic dude. I'm a bigger kind of guy. Like I'm a see red, like you said, and I'm a just, go crazy and beat this dude. And he literally whooped me with like intensity. So with that being said, I was more like in my mentality, I was like, I was really, really disciplined. I was like, you know what? I lost today, sure, but I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to, you know, whether I win or lose, I'm going to go the next day. Whether I win or lose that day, I'm going to come back the next day. And I just stuck it out, man. I just
You were
kept
relentless.
coming. Relentless.
Relentless, bro.
I'm not. That's
Damn.
not
Plug,
even.
plug.
That's not even a plug. No, that is a plug though. Seriously though, like I don't even think like I'm that good of a boxer. I really don't. But I've been successful just because based off of like my work ethic and discipline. Like I come back every day, no matter how shitty I do one day. I'll come back tomorrow and get that get back. So like I don't know, man. I think it's really mostly mental for me. And people say that all the time. People say like sports, it's 90% mental, whatever. Like there's a ton of quotes.
There's
out
some
there.
physical in there.
Yeah, there's
a
a
physical in
little
there.
bit of physical in there, whatever. But seriously though, like someone who is disciplined, I'll take a kid like. I coach at Elwood a little bit now. Like I'll be teaching classes and stuff, and we have a lot of young kids coming up through the amateur ranks. I'll take a disciplined kid who comes back every day, no matter how shitty they do the day before, over someone with unbelievable talent and raw athleticism and all the God-given, abilities in the world. I'll take that kid who's disciplined and comes back every day, although he might not seem like much at first. In the end, he's gonna really, really like turn it up.
What differentiates that kid with discipline? Like what? Why, when you say you'll take him, why? What causes you to invest in that kid and not the kid who's got that raw talent, who's got that? Like what causes you to invest in the disciplined kid rather than the kid you can instill something into? Because you're gonna instill something in either kid.
Yeah.
So what causes you when you say you'll take that disciplined kid? What do you mean by that?
That's that mentality, man. Like there's kids who maybe are kind of like half into something or a quarter into something, or they're like, you know what, I play football, I play basketball, I have straight A's, I'm doing all right. I do boxing on the side, that it's whatever. They're like someone who immerses themselves in like in any given field, whether it's your work, whether it's your hobby, whether it's a sport, whatever. I'm going to take the person that's all in, that gives it everything, that comes back irregardless of how they start, how they finish. It's not like talent. It's like I said, it's all discipline for me. And we have a lot of kids, especially in our gym now. I'm thinking of one in particular who started off his amateur boxing career losing his first couple fights. And that probably for me would have been like detrimental to my confidence. Yeah, dude, I would have been like, you know what? This is bullshit. Like I'm getting my ass kicked by kids. Like all the little like middle school, high school girls are seeing me get my ass kicked. Like this ain't fun anymore. But this kid comes back every day with like a vengeance, man. And he's gotten so much better in 6 months. You would not believe. I'm telling you, this kid is going to win Golden Gloves in the amateurs. He's going to probably go to nationals. He may even win nationals. The sky's the limit for this kid. I can foresee him being a very, very good professional boxer in the future if he wants it, which right now, he comes every day ready to work. It's crazy.
That's awesome to hear, man. I love, coming in from the inner city. We didn't have much of that, no programs, nothing like that. We had it was called the JFK Center where I grew up, and you had
where'd you grow up, bro?
Erie,
Yeah.
lower Erie. When people think of Erie, they think of Peninsula and Mill Creek.
That's
and
not all like
dude,
that. Huh?
that little square bubble I grew up in, man. I never thought the world was bigger than that. And
I've been to Erie. I know it's a tough little town
so
there.
we had the JFK Center, right? And you had to register to go there. Well, my mom didn't really speak good English. So I tried to register myself. And they're like, oh, no, you got to have your mom or dad. And I'm like, well, she don't speak English and my dad's out of the picture. So I would sneak in, bro. I would sneak in. My bus would drop me off in the projects, and I'd go over to JFK Center because my mom was working, so I'd do homework, So we really didn't have many of those programs, and I think a boxing center like that or
Dude,
something
big.
Structured to instill, because that stuff like that instills discipline.
It does.
And without discipline, like you can have all the motivation in the world, but that shit dies quick.
Dude.
Without that discipline, like Jocko says, man, you know, when something happens, good. Like get it. Like I wake up for the gym. I don't feel like do it. Like do it anyway.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. And that comes from building that discipline. Because without that discipline, you're gonna wake up, hit that snooze button. You're gonna take an L in the morning. You just broke your promise. That alarm clock you set is the first promise you set for yourself for that day. As soon as you snooze that, you just broke that promise to yourself.
That's the realest shit I ever
Dude,
heard.
but think about it.
It is.
That's not mine. I heard that.
That's real.
But
That's real.
You set an alarm clock for tomorrow to wake up, to go to the gym, to go to work early, to have breakfast before you go to work, whatever. That alarm clock is that first promise. You wake up and you hit snooze, you just lied to yourself.
Yeah.
You broke that first promise. And you know as I know, like you going into a fight and your mind ain't in it, you know, you thinking about some other stuff or your gloves ain't sitting right, your shorts is off or something. That mind fuck you give yourself can throw off that entire fight.
Yeah, man.
That's life, bro. That's your day. You start off with that alarm clock. You know, you drink your water. You fucking you're set. You're on time. You're running on time. You make your bed. That's 3 or 4 W's you just gave yourself. 3 or 4 wins.
That's real.
You walk out with your sack dragging on the ground because you're about to fucking seize the day after that.
I mean, it really is. It's so crazy you say that because it really is like it's easy to get in like that momentum when you like wake up to your alarm. Okay, that's one win. You go down, you get ready for work or whatever you got going on for that day. That's another win. You get after it for that day, whether you got work, whether you got to train, whether you got to, go hang out with it, take care of your kid, whatever it is. That's another win for the day. Like I build off of that. That's like seriously like if I can be as consistent and disciplined as I like to be throughout like the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, whatever, for a training camp, whatever it may be, I seriously find myself being far more successful like in whatever I'm doing.
That's funny you mentioned that because I was having this conversation with myself earlier, and I do talk to myself. I just don't respond.
Weird.
Yeah. But every time, and it's same with you. And I'll go and I want to talk about when we were just at that LEO training.
Yeah.
It's I do not negotiate with my gym time. I don't.
Yeah.
And people hit me up to let's grab a drink or let's go watch a movie or let's go hang out. Let's go. I'm going to the gym. Bro, like skip it today. And I go, yeah, and I don't take it personal because it's people who want to see me and spend their time with me. So I don't have much of that. So when I do get it, I feel flattered. But then at the end of the day, I'm like, dude, but I can't skip the gym. And they're like, oh, dude, it's just a day. You haven't seen me in 6 months. I'll see you after the gym.
Yeah.
Bro, it's just, I can't. I'll see you after the gym. Because that discipline you build for the gym translates to the discipline you need to be a successful boxer, be a successful entrepreneur,
Absolutely.
be a successful entrepreneur, be a good cop. It's that discipline you build at the gym translates to everything you do in your life. Are you going to be there for your kid, for your wife, for your girlfriend, for your boyfriend, for your whatever? It's the discipline instilled inside of you that you have built in the gym by going to the gym every day, by doing those reps when it hurts, when you're sore, when you're tired, when you're whatever. That discipline translates to the rest of your life. And it's I'm sure you can attest to this. I get deep all the time, dude. We can be talking about whatever, because that's how I view life, man. I lost a lot of my life as a child. Like that's non-existent. I was doing stupid shit. Didn't get to live. I've kind of established myself now, and then past 60. We're just gonna write that off. So we got from 30 to 60. That's 30 years.
That's a long time, brother.
Or is it?
You
know what I mean? Or is it?
It's how you look at it.
It's how you look. I got 30 years.
That could be tomorrow, and it's gone, or it could
Exactly.
be a long time.
So that discipline, I will not negotiate with my gym time. That is my mental health.
Yeah.
That is how I'm gonna approach work. That is how I'm going to approach my relationships with my friends. That's like that discipline. I won't negotiate with that.
That's important, bro. And you know what? that's how you progress in anything, whether it be like if you're trying to set a PR in the gym or if you're trying to pursue a boxing career, if you're trying to, get a promotion at work, whatever, that discipline is going to get you there. Like I've always lived by, cause I wasn't like exceptional at any like given category in life, I would say. But I've always been under the impression that like hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. You could be blessed with every God-given ability in the world, but like if you're not doing anything with it, if you're not disciplined and you're not getting after it every day, like what are you doing with yourself? Like you're just wasting that God-given ability. Like me, I wasn't blessed with, you could make the argument I was blessed with height, with length. I look like a string bean,
Dude, your
whatever.
length is sick, dude.
It's good for boxing, yeah, whatever. But like, I wasn't exceptional in any like, category in life. Like I was just like any other guy. What's crazy is me and you were probably so similar growing up. Like it's scary. That's why I think like we click like we do and we're like tight like we are. But
I can see that.
yeah, like, but it's crazy because I didn't have like all that God-given ability like everybody else had. So I busted my ass like in anything I was doing, whether it be football, whether it be school, whether it be, policing or a law enforcement career or whatever it was. I always bust my ass because I know like, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's so true.
Bro, I couldn't agree with you more. The only God-given ability I had as a child was the ability to run my mouth, and it got me into more problems than anything, bro. So it took hard work to snip that, but no, I agree, man. Like I played youth football. I wasn't the fastest. I wasn't the strongest. I weighed $130 in high school.
Woo!
Yeah, I like this version of me ate high school me, like just straight up gobbled them. I was 130 pounds, bro.
That's light.
But I tried to be the last person in the gym. I tried to be the first person in, the last person out. I tried to be the one asking questions. I tried to form relationships with people where, I can learn from, I can take from, because I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything. I had the ability to run my mouth and then the ability to defend myself when I got myself in trouble. That's it. And that's episode for next time. But I was able to break out of that, and but the things I've learned through all that of like resilience, and you're not going to be given something. You're not going to be, but you can't take something either. Like I did so much taking in my youth that I was having this conversation with someone the other day. I've done so much taking, I almost feel I'm obligated to give back. And I enjoy giving back, but I'm obligated to because of the things I've taken from. And that is another reason for this podcast, man. Like if these conversations I have with people like your view on boxing, your view on life, your view on pushing yourself, if I could have heard these conversations when I was 14, 15, dude.
Can you imagine, bro?
I'd have the world by the balls right now. Nah, but
we wouldn't be sitting here, I'll tell you what.
We'd be sitting in a office with AC. I'll tell you what.
Cancun drinking on margaritas, bro. I'm telling you.
But yeah. So back to that. So we were just in Virginia for this training, and it's a big leadership training. We got to speak with amazing people. We'll hear stories of officers from all over the country. And, after class, everyone kind of like, dresses down, hangs out, chills, busts out the drinks. We're in the parking lot.
I know.
We're talking, dude. I know. We're talking from troopers from across the state, FBI, people you've seen on YouTube who've done extraordinary things and saved lives. And we're talking, and he comes out, I'm going to run 6 miles. Like, mind you, he hasn't taken a sip of alcohol. He devoured 2 steaks that, oh, dude, those are huge.
Thick.
So he has, his discipline and his training, because he was mid-training camp because he was going to fight when he got back. So you know, and us being the people I just told you I hate to be, like, yo, just like drink one or whatever. He's like, nah, I'll take waters and Gatorades and waters and Gatorades. We're in the parking lot drinking. He's just sitting there. He's laughing, whatever, and then he just stops. I'm gonna run 6 miles. And like it was like me and 2 other people who heard him say that, and we're in a crowd. And the fucker just takes off in the park. It's pitch black. Takes off in the parking lot. And everyone's looking. They're like, you know, everyone's drinking. And after a couple minutes, they're like, where'd the tall guy go? I'm like, he's going to run 6 miles.
Yep.
And they're like, huh? I'm like, yeah, he's boxing. He's got a fight coming up. Da, da, da. And they're like, he's going to run right now? I'm like, he's already. And then here he comes. Woof. And I'm like, hey, Devon. You know, I started screaming. 5 minutes later. Couple other people from our department. Yo, Devon, go, Devon, go. Probably, I mean, laps 10, 15. By the end, we had the whole crowd screaming, yo, go, Devon, go. Gone.
That was sick.
Discipline, bro. That's that discipline of like, you know what you need to do. It's probably not the best environment, i.e. motivation-wise.
Yeah.
You know? You kind of got to dig in deep because you're like, everyone's there having fun, whatever. Like, I don't have to drink, but I can hang out, talk. You're like, I'm gonna run 6 miles.
Dude, that's tough. That was. It's crazy that you brought. I knew you were gonna bring that up.
I could not.
But
I could not.
That training was so hard, and this is just like kind of an example of like what discipline can do for you. Because I love a good beer. I'm a big beer guy.
I wouldn't say a good beer. You're into that like tea
bro,
icy light.
They had free beer at this training. Just, you know, for all you listeners out there, free beer. There were kegs there for your taking. You could pour up as much as you want. You could drink as much as you want. All included. It was totally free. You know how much discipline it took for me not to partake in that?
In free.
Dude, that shit hurt. You know how much I eat when I go to a hotel and I eat the free continental breakfast? I eat them out of house and home, brother. Dude, I'm telling you, that was so hard, but my discipline, because I did know I had a fight coming up. It was not far after that training. It was a couple weeks after that training. So I knew, like, I was in camp. I was in, like, game mode. There was no stopping me from, like, getting after it during that training.
You got after it after that training, too.
Oh, bro.
That I want to talk about, too, bro, because
that was...
Like, he's my boy, so in my head, he can't lose. But it was the first round.
Yeah, that was a tough first round.
It was the first round, and my boy hit you. And I was like, I'm going to have to see this dude after this match because that was disrespectful how he hit you.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed, and this is that. And I was telling our coworkers that we were there with, I said there's a difference because you both got smacked. Both.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to put some videos up of the other smacking, but you both got smacked. And when you got hit, you kind of boom. You could tell it hurt because you kind of like backed off. But then I saw this switch. Like you were just like, that didn't work. All right, cool. Boom, boom. All right. And then you went back in.
Yep.
When homeboy got hit, his whole strategy, he said, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And you can just tell the mindset switch from when you encountered that adversity. Was that the word? I speak 2 languages, so you may hear me fuck up some English here.
Yeah, you're good.
When you encountered that adversity, as opposed to when he encountered that adversity, because when he got hit,
2 different responses.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
And when that first round was over, I literally looked, I'm like, man, that was rough. That was rough. And when that second round started, I said, damn, fuck that first round. Like,
yeah.
Fuck that first round.
Isn't that crazy?
Bro, it is crazy because you just honed in, you just honed in a way, and I'm like, holy fuck, dude. And then it got, and I don't know, I'm loud. I don't know if you guys know. I'm very loud. Do you hear me when?
Of course.
All right, because I out there, bro.
That hurt.
That hurt.
Hey, put that clip on there.
Dude.
That hurt. That hurt.
Bro, he hit him so hard. I'm at the top bleed, and I knew this. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm Puerto Rican. I got a loud mouth. I understand this.
No.
So I try to play to my environment. I go to the back. I tell everybody, yo, let's go all the way to the back, to the top. There's nobody in these stands where I'm at. Everyone's in the front bowl. Let's go to the back. Bro, you smacked him. I said, yo, that hurt. He hurt. And I'm like, I got to stop screaming because Devon's going to be laughing. Because we got this goofy-ass relationship. Man, we can be in a serious we can see a serious issue. We just start laughing, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta keep him in his game. Like, but I can't shut up. And then I'm like, you were getting him. I'm like, Devon's going in. This dude's gonna like try to like fuck, because he was doing some weird stuff where he was like holding you and then trying to like.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, Devon's gonna get caught with some shit. So I'm like, Devon, be patient. Don't go in. Like, as if he don't got professional coaches in his corner, you know. He's got to hear it from his boy in the stands. But
I did hear you.
Two different mindset switches. Like, walk us through round one, that punch, because everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Dude.
What was your plan walking in there?
Iron Mike Tyson, famous quote. Yeah. So that's crazy that you brought that up because I felt so disrespected. It's so crazy. So like for you guys at home who don't understand, like people were coming up to me and my coaches telling us like this last fight that I took was such a mistake because for those who don't know, I am 2-0 as a professional boxer with 2 knockouts.
You had to throw 2 knockouts.
Whoop-de-doo, right? Yeah, that ain't shit.
He was 1-0 with 1 knockout before this.
I'm ranked. They ranked me, according to BoxRec, 35th light heavyweight in the country after 2 fights,
Top
which
100.
I was happy about. What I was not happy about was all the coaches, fighters, sparring partners of mine that were coming up to me saying like, hey, man, like this is a risky fight. This dude you're about to take this second fight with is a good fighter. We think it's like a toss-up between you and him. I don't think it's like a good move right now. This is only your second professional fight. You shouldn't take it. In my head, I'm like, you motherfuckers are crazy. Like, I'm about to bust this dude up. Like, what are you talking about?
You know what I'm thinking right now? David Goggins.
Right,
They don't know me, son.
They don't know me, son.
They don't know me, son.
Shout out to David Goggins. But for real, like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, all these people are telling me and my coach. The only 2 people that, like, for real were like, oh, it's in the bag. It's me and my head coach, Jack Maine. We were both like, this kid ain't shit. Now, to preface, this kid had 32 professional fights.
That's a lot of experience, bro.
That's a lot of experience.
A lot of experience.
He had a losing record, but he had fought all very good fighters, mostly undefeated prospects. And he was just coming off a knockout win from a West Virginia fighter who was 7-0 at the time. So
impressive.
He's doing well in boxing. He was ranked like 46 or 44, something like that. Anyway, I felt so disrespected that people were thinking like, oh, Siegfried's about to get like knocked out or he's going to lose a decision or whatever. I'm thinking like, you guys really don't know like what I've been doing to myself to prepare for this. Like, you don't know my mentality right now, which is so crazy because I went in there and that first round may have looked close. I'm sure it looked very close. You might even thought like he won the first round.
I would say it was even. Other than the lick he gave you, I would say it was pretty even.
Bro, I came out of that first round beat up a little bit. I had a cut under my left eye.
That happened first round.
First round.
Show him the little.
I still got a little scar here.
Battle wounds.
It ain't nothing though. No, seriously though. I had this cut happen, which I never get cut, but I had a little adversity that first round. The round was close. I got cut. I came back to the corner. Everyone's in the crowd's probably like, oh, that was really close. We're worried, whatever. I was fine. I was totally fine, bro. In my head, I'm thinking like, this dude is toast. And then the second round.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Dude.
And that's that mindset, bro.
Which is so crazy because, like, I could literally feel, like, when he was hitting me a couple times in the first round, I'm like, damn, like, the crowd energy is kind of, like, getting zapped away a little bit because they think, like, he's beating me up a little bit, which I didn't feel that way at all. I felt totally fine. I was like, oh, man, like, that's all he's got? Damn, that's crazy. Like, this second round's about to be real tough for him. Like,
It was.
yeah. So I came out the second round, obviously did very well. Third round and finished him in the third. So, but it all comes back to my mindset, which brings me back to your question. Like, dude, I just think I was more mentally tough than that kid. And I'm more mentally tough than a lot of these guys that are professional boxers right now. It's not that I'm better skill-wise, because he was a good fighter.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I mean, 30 times doing that dance, bro, that's a lot of experience.
maybe I was better. Maybe he was better. Who knows? But, like, mentally and physically, I prepared harder. I know I prepared harder. And mentally, he was not breaking me. I was totally fine throughout that whole thing. Walking in there, walking up the steps into the ring, first round, getting cut, whatever. I was like, I got this in the bag.
Why do you think you were so mentally strong this fight?
Dude, it's
what attributes to that?
It's that discipline and that preparation that I put into it. Like, I trained so hard for that fight. Like, my professional debut, I trained outrageously hard. I was busting my ass to, like, get into good boxing shape. I had a ton of sparring partners. I was working out like 2-3 times a day. I was killing myself. This last fight, I knew going into it that this dude was, like, 32 professional fights. He had just come off a huge knockout win against an undefeated prospect. So I was like, all right, you need to bust your ass even more than the first one, which I did. And I, quite honestly, like, I'm nothing special to look at. Like, you can look at me on this podcast, like, I'm not the hottest, I'm not the hottest commodity or whatever, but, like, bro, I was cut up like freaking Jake Gyllenhaal in Southpaw, bro. Like, abs were popping. I'm like,
What happened? No, I'm
shit,
kidding, I'm
I
kidding.
don't know, man. No, I'm saying, like, I put that work in. Like, there was no way that this dude was beating me, knowing what I had gone through, like, 6 to 8 weeks prior to the fight.
That's interesting because that's my outlook on life right now. When, like, for example, for work, I'm not saying we can take on anyone. I'm not saying we can survive any encounter. But the training and preparation and stuff that I do to get me ready for work, to get me ready, like,
It's more than the other guy.
it's gonna fucking take a lot. And I joke about this with people, with a close circle, because it's kind of like dark humor. If I ever get taken out at work, I went out talking shit till the last moment.
Hell yeah.
Because I've done everything that I could to protect myself and those around me. So if someone gets that on me, you got it. Like, you got it.
You deserve that.
Just because I know the training, the prep, I spend at least 2 hours a day at the gym. I do jiu-jitsu rigorously. I do combatives. I look at stats from use of force encounters across the
Bro,
country.
don't be modest. You're a firearms instructor. You're a defensive tactics instructor.
Instructor just means you're good with influencing people.
Don't-
That's all that
don't-
is.
Don't be
But
modest.
But that being said, goes back to what you were saying. You know what you put into this.
Yeah.
So when you walk into that arena, whatever that arena may be, like, let's translate this to corporate world, right? You've done countless hours of training. You go to the office first. You're the first one there. You're turning on the lights in the coffee machine. You're the last one out. You're shutting down the fucking lights of that office. You know what I mean?
I
And when that promotion time comes,
Yep.
you're not walking in there. You shouldn't be anyway, because if you put what you should have put in, you're walking in there like, yo, I got this. I know what I'm worth. I know what I contribute. I got this.
Of course.
And it sucks, bro. when your circle goes, hey, man, you think you got this? You nervous?
That's tough.
You're like, bro,
That's tough.
fuck you mean do you think I got this?
Yeah.
I got it. And especially when it's people who are responsible for getting you ready. I can't say I never fought professionally, but my mentality, I would be so, like you said, disrespected. I'd be like, you don't think you got me ready?
Yeah.
Like, you're in charge of getting me ready. You don't think you did your
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing then? Let's go back.
Right.
Like, we got to work harder then. That would be my mentality when someone in my circle would be like, hey, you think you got, I don't think you're ready. You shouldn't be here then. I need people in my circle who are walking in with me going, I have given this dude every ounce that I have. I feel bad for that other guy. I feel bad for that other guy.
That dude, that's
and
why
you may lose.
I felt so disrespected.
And you may lose. The name of the game is you empty yourself. Like, if I got to go into that ring and carry you out because you've spent yourself, by all means I will.
Yeah.
But like, we going in there, I'm ready, and then my cornerman's going, oh, man, you shouldn't have taken this fight. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Not saying that's your guys or anything, but that's how I approach anything with life. Like, when I started this podcast, I just started it. When I was talking about it, every one of my friends, everyone's like, do it. Do it. I'm like,
of course.
But I'm broke. Do it.
But I'm broke.
I ain't got time. Do it, bro.
Come on, man.
Like, but that's how you got to just do it. Jocko's famous. Just do it. Do what needs to be done.
Shout out Nike. Just do it.
We got canceled.
Hey.
No. But no, it's great. It's crazy you mentioned that mindset you have. Where do you see yourself going in your professional boxing career?
Dude, in professional boxing, and people are gonna like, I hope everybody sees this, and I hope you can play it back like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years from now. We're
recording September 7th.
Let them know. I'm looking at my wrist like I gotta watch on.
Rolly.
Hey,
September 7th is
let
recording
them know
date.
right now. I'm telling you right now, I am fighting on Top Rank in Vegas at some point in my career, and I'm going to beat the brakes off of whoever I'm fighting. And the reason I know that, and people are going to call me crazy, but the reason I know that is because I know what I'm putting into this. Like,
What's going in?
Dude.
What's going in?
Hours, countless hours. From the time I wake up to the time I lay my head on that pillow, I'm fucking working. I am working my ass off to prepare, whether it be like work, boxing, whatever it is. And right now I'm doing both. People don't understand.
I was just gonna say that's crazy.
Like, most of these professional boxers dedicate their entire day to boxing. You know what I'm doing with my day? I'm working a 12-hour fucking shift dealing with,
the lovely community. We'll leave it at that.
The lovely community. I ain't gonna name any names, motherfuckers. But I'm saying, like, I'm dealing with that for 12 hours, and then before and after, and even during, I'm getting after it. Like, maybe I'll wake up early before I go in for my shift, which starts at 7 a.m. Maybe I'll wake up early at 5, go for a little run. All right, great. I got after it. That's all I got to do for the day. Nah. I go into work. I go down to the gym during work. When we're slow, I'm going down there. I'm going to get some weight training in. I'm going to get some calisthenics in, whatever. Oh, yeah, you worked out twice a day. It's all good. That's championship level. No, it's not enough. After work, I'm getting after it. I'm going to the fucking boxing gym, and I'm going to get, maybe pounded out by some top prospect. But you know what? I'm going to come back the next day and do it again. And then the next day, I'm going to do it again. And then maybe the third day, I beat him up a little bit. And then the fourth day, now I start dominating. It's just like a domino effect, man.
And those little wins, man. Like, little wins being you ran today. Dude, there's a lot of worse feelings, but motivationally speaking, there's no worse feeling than when I missed the gym.
That's tough.
Or you know what kills me? Because one of my goals right now is to really dive into jiu-jitsu is when I miss a class. And like, and I hold myself, my Google Calendar or Google, Fuck, why'd I just my Apple calendar?
Fuck
Fuck Google.
Google.
Fuck Apple too, but my calendar, my phone calendar, I'll sit every Sunday and I'll plan my entire week out. And let's say my goal is to go three days of jiu-jitsu this week, 1 open mat, 5 gym classes, the range, and a run. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm not built for running, but I'm trying to get back into it. I'll literally schedule between my family time, work time, and then all that extracurricular. I'll put it on the schedule. And then that holds me like, man, I gotta do it. And then the next day I go and I'm running later some and jiu-jitsu's in 30 minutes and I'm 29 minutes away. For me, like oldish, it's so easy to be like, I can't make it.
Yeah.
I can't make it. I'll go tomorrow. I got 4 other days scheduled. I'll go tomorrow. So it used to be so easy. And now I'm like, fuck, bro. Like
Yeah.
wherever I'm at, I'm going, dude. I like to shower before jiu-jitsu. You may not get showered-ish this day.
I might be stinky. I might be 5 minutes late. I might have forgot my gi, whatever it is, but I'm showing
Bro, the
up.
other day I walked in and the instructor's teaching, and I'm like, yo, I'm so sorry. And he just looks at me, he's like, yo, jump in. Like,
That's it.
bro, I'm not going to miss out 55 minutes of instruction time because I was 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about it.
You would be surprised at the amount of, you know what? I've learned in this life, it does not take a lot to be an absolute savage in life. You can get after it so easily. And actually, you know what? Shout out Dana White. Dana White talks about this, who for those of you who don't know, he's like the president and owner of the UFC, which is mixed martial arts fighting organization. He talks about talking to his kids, in which he explains, like, for you guys that want to get after it and want to be fucking savages, it is so easy in today's world because everybody expects it to be given to them. They don't want to work for what is necessary to work for or for what they want. They just want it handed to them. They want to take the easiest route to what they want.
Think about how easy things have become.
So easy.
You hungry? Pull out your phone and order food.
Dude.
It'll be at your doorstep. You miss your friend? Pick up your phone and call him.
It's
FaceTime.
crazy.
FaceTime.
It's crazy.
Are you bored? Pull up the YouTube app. Like everything is instant gratification so that when anything requires the minimal amount of work,
dude,
it's like, fuck, dude.
A little bit of effort and you can become a king of society, work, your leisurely goals, whatever you want to do. It takes minimal effort. I'm not even saying you have to be like a Jocko or a David Goggins. Or
Shout out to them because we all pull inspiration from these people.
These guys are great.
Amazing machines, robots almost. They're so damn good. They're robots.
Savages. They're savages in the best way possible. But you don't have to be that to be killing it in your own life. Yeah, great. Just like you said, the first episode, I drew so much from that because I seriously believe in everybody has greatness within them. They just don't. Maybe some people need a little more to draw that out, or they need something in their life to bring that shit out of them.
I agree with that. And you know, sometimes people look at me and like, oh man, he's a lost cause. It's like, dude, is he? I'd hate for someone to quit on me because I've been quit on a lot. You know, and it's like, is he a lost cause, or are we just not trying hard enough, or are we just not doing the appropriate thing?
Yeah.
And you know what? There's people, and this kills me because I truly love everyone. There's people who will never experience greatness. They'll never experience it. They're going to die below average.
That's sad.
It's sad.
Yeah.
But there's people, and I acknowledge that, there's people who will never experience greatness. But there's a lot of people who can experience greatness, and all they need is to hear this fucking episode or be surrounded by the right person or hear it one more time.
Oh yeah.
Like that's all it takes is and that's like just to be great. You want to be Mark Zuckerberg, Goggins, like it takes one more time. Think of it. You invent the next Facebook. You become, you're sitting here on a fucking podcast in your own basement,
Yeah.
and then you hit it off pro. You get a good manager who promotes you. You get the show, and tomorrow you're in Punta Cana.
That will happen.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like
You heard it here first. That will happen.
all tree. But bro, it's like success is so easily attainable right now. It makes me sick.
Dude.
That there are people who would rather sit at home and go, I just can't. Why?
It is out there for the taking.
Take it.
It is so comparatively to the rest of society. If you want to be, and again, I'm quoting Dana White here. Please don't, monetize me or whatever. But
demonetize, bro. We're not even monetized, bro.
Yeah, right.
Ain't nothing happening.
Hey, seriously, it is all out there for the taking. If you want to be a fucking savage, you go out there and get it. Get what you want. It takes, a little bit of effort, and you can go out and get it.
And what is success? What is success to you? What does it mean?
Dude, to me, that's a crazy question, because if I were speaking like Devon from 5 years ago, maybe it was like success for me was getting a good job, or
that's success.
Or success for me was, purchasing my first home or providing for my family.
You're welcome.
Thanks, bro. Shout out my realtor, Lopez.
I'm with Remax. If you guys are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, that's the ad for the
real.
Relentless.
This dude will get it for you. But no, seriously, like success is like in the mind too. Like it would depend on what I was trying to achieve at that time. So if I'm trying to graduate from college, if I graduate from college, I'm a fucking success.
And that's and I asked that question because when you think success, most people would be like millionaire. That ain't success. I mean, is that success? Sure. Success to me means it can be.
It can be.
Success to me is like, I'm fluent in jiu-jitsu. I'm healthy. I have a good family life.
That's success.
That's success. Good. I've surrounded myself with a tight circle of people who will kill for me, and I will do the same. That is success. Like a lot of people surround themselves with horrible people and then wonder why their life is horrible. Cut your circle.
Hey.
A lot of people will work a job they hate that doesn't even compensate them enough to supply for them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fucking leave.
I don't know.
And it's easier said than done. I get it. But at the end of the day, what needs to be done? You know that. Do it. Like, there's no magic playbook for success. If I held a gun to your head and I said, what do you need to be successful? Tell me or you die. You're going to lay it out.
You make it up.
You're going to be like, to be successful, this is what I need to do. And you're going to literally tell me everything you need to be successful.
Do it.
Why do you need a gun to your head?
You don't.
Do it. I
love that, bro. And that's seriously, that is the realest shit that I heard.
You said that earlier. I'm just giving you all kinds of real shit.
No. That's I'm being totally honest with you. And it's crazy because people don't realize that. It sometimes and you know what? I feel bad for the people that it does take the proverbial gun to the head for them to realize that. But you determine what is success and what is not. You determine what you want to accomplish and what you do not.
We write our script. Like, and that, that's crazy. Like, before launching this podcast, I've wanted to do this for a year, if not more, and it had like 100 names, and I don't even know how I was sitting there. I was like, man, I forgot who I was listening to, but I'm like, you gotta be relentless. You just gotta do it and do it and do it and do it until you do it right. And there's a famous quote. I don't know if it's famous, but usually when you say that before the quote, it makes it more important.
It's famous.
You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Bro, that shit hit me like a ton of bricks.
That's true.
And so I'm sitting here, bro. My first episode, I recorded probably 4 or 5 times.
That's so
The lighting wasn't right. The mics weren't positioned correctly. The backdrop looked weird. I had a felt on my hat. Like, dude, I gave myself every I gave myself every excuse until I literally sat down and said, fuck it. Like, this is something I want to do. Nothing is stopping me from doing it but me.
That's it, bro.
But me.
That's it.
I'm literally recording on iPhones right now.
Hey, what's up? Shout out, who invented the iPhone?
Apple, bro.
Apple. Shout out Apple.
Steve Jobs. No, but
Steve Jobs.
like, you don't need to be great to start something. You can't fight and you want to be a boxer? Go learn to fight.
Go every day. I tell there's a kid. I'm gonna give him a shout out right now. Mason Johnson. Okay, this kid,
Founder of Mason Jars. No.
he ain't the founder. He'd be rich if he was that. But I'm telling you right now, this young kid is from Elwood, and he comes every day and he hustles every day. He's actually, you know what's crazy? He's pushing me, a professional athlete. Yeah, whatever, a professional athlete.
By definition.
Kinda.
By definition.
This kid, after we'll have a 2-hour boxing practice, for instance. After we're done, he's like, "Hey man, you and me should go running." I'm like,
I hate people like that.
"The fuck is this kid talking about? We just finished a workout."
You crazy?
Yeah. Where do you get your energy from, son? No, he will push me. He'll be like, "Hey Dev, let's go to the track, man."
Shout out Jack Wilder.
Hey, Jack Wilder.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, that's his thing.
Yeah, hey, listen. He'll push me. Which is crazy because like that's what I kind of like feed off of, is people like pushing me to get the most out of myself, the most out of them, whatever it is. Yeah, man, the sky is the limit for this kid. I cannot wait to see where his boxing career progresses.
Can't wait to have him on here.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have him on here, for real.
So a couple years from now, this kid is going to be a Golden Glove champion, and you're going to be having him on this podcast. And I'm telling you,
That's dope.
He's legit. But yeah, the kid's like pushing me to run. I'm like, shit, yeah, let's go.
You ever heard the quote, "You are who you're surrounded by"?
Yes. That's a great quote.
Who are you surrounding yourself with? Like I'm going to mention someone
Go ahead.
from work.
Go ahead. Oh,
And he's very discreet, so I'm just going to mention his first name.
Mention him.
James.
Love him.
Bro.
The dude's
When I'm around this guy, I'm like, dude, we can literally take over a damn state if we wanted. Just because he instills that into you, and I don't think he knows he does. He just he says something, and it literally, you step back and you're like, I don't even know if you thought about what you just said, but bro, you're gonna light something in me you're gonna fuck somebody's world up, because I'm just gonna, dude, my confidence is gonna go through the roof. But
yeah,
and I try to surround myself with people like that.
You gonna have him on the podcast?
If he comes on this, bro, I would be humbled.
Yeah,
I'd love to have him, and
he would be good.
And it's gonna be me not talking and me doing this. Cause bro, when he speaks, just mic drop.
That dude.
But same with you, bro. Like, you offer a different perspective and a different energy to it, you know? Like, and I tend to be on the goofier side, but like,
oh, that's me, bro.
The shit you say resonates.
Listen.
I mean, it's hard to take you serious.
Hey, if you can't have fun with it, what the hell are you doing?
But like, your outlook in boxing, your outlook in life, I've been trying to convince this man to punch me in the face for
can't do it.
5 years?
Can't do it. 6
years.
We're in our 6th year, right?
6th year, yeah. For 6 years.
Can't do it.
And I've pushed him, and this is what he just laughs.
Close.
He just laughs, dude. He just like that, and I'm like, dude, like, we are going to have to fight one day.
Nah, I can't do it.
And he won't. Maybe he loves me too much, but
dude will pick me up, drop me, rear naked choke.
You train now, bro. You train now. You train now. The ground was my thing, but you train now, so
listen.
You can survive. But dude, I appreciate you jumping on this podcast, bro.
I'm honored, bro.
I think
I'm honored.
I don't know. We'll see what the people say. But I think you might have to come back.
Of course.
Talk about some other stuff.
You know when I'm going to come back is when I win that fucking belt. Because I promise you I'm about to win a belt.
Before we sign off, when's your next fight?
My next fight is going to be October 28th at the Meadows Casino and Racetrack in Washington, PA. If you motherfuckers don't come to that fight, you're all dead to me. No, it's like I'm like,
Bro, they just met you, bro.
Hey,
Damn.
listen for real though. I don't claim to be the best boxer in the world. I'm definitely not. I don't claim to be the best person in the world because I'm definitely not. However, I will say that I will absolutely put on a show for you guys. So those who support me, i.e. the Ish Lopez of the Relentless Project,
Just Ish.
and others that, I would run out of breath naming all of them, but they know who they are. The supporters that come out to see me always, I feel, are entertained, and I will always draw energy from people coming out and support me like that, and I'm going to represent, our department, our friend group, our just society, Pittsburgh as a city. I'm going to try and represent you guys the best that I can. So yeah, please come out, please support. There's a ton of local Pittsburgh area boxers that are doing big things right now.
The fight scene in Pittsburgh right now,
the fight scene's
is
crazy.
insane, bro.
Crazy.
Like, not to plug my gym.
Plug it.
The Stout fight team.
I heard about them. Plug it.
Nasty hitters, bro. And you know what? They're gonna be annoyed because I'm having every single one of them on this podcast. Every single one of them,
bro. Killers in plain sight, in killers in the best sense of the word. I'm talking like absolute savages in their craft.
Fight team is insane. That, like, the fight scene in Pittsburgh is getting crazy. October 28th at the Meadows. I'll be there. We all vows to be there.
Team
that
Siegfried.
Being said, he is one entertaining dude to watch. Like, his boxing is great, but that's not even it. This dude is the only dude in all the fights I've been to who jumps on the ropes, screams at the fans, and you know what? He goes through hell, battles, and absolute war. As soon as he gets out, he's literally hugging kids and talking with kids. And, like, dude, I was sitting there waiting for you to come to the friend group. You're sitting there talking. Dude, but that's so inspirational to me, man. Like,
thank you, bro.
Because these kids, I was that kid, Like, I'm like to me, that's a superhero, bro. He's in that boxing ring. That's cool. He won. That's cool. Oh, my gosh, he's next to me. And then they walk by. You sit there and you pay attention to every single kid. I mean, a little girl asked you for an autograph last night?
Yeah.
Well, you gave it to her.
Not
even that's not calling you out. You sat there and you gave her the time.
Of course.
Signed it. And you know what? It's funny because that little girl made out because in 2-3 years that autograph's gonna be a lot of money.
Gonna be worth something.
Hopefully, praying for you.
Listen.
But you took the time to do that. You had your family there. You had your friend group there. Like, all these people you could have rushed to, and your coach is there. Who's the first person you should probably say thank you to? Which you did because he was in the ring. But you go and you see these kids. You're talking to these kids. You're interacting with them. Like,
yeah, man.
And that's that ordinary, extraordinary thing I'm talking about with this podcast. Like, if you walk down the street, ain't nobody gonna be like, yo, that's that dude. He's so good with kids. He's humble. He's awesome. He's a great fighter. Because they don't know.
You'll never know. Yeah, I hope they never know. Like, I've never wanted to achieve fame to where people will recognize me on the street.
And that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's people who want that notoriety. They want that. It's like, whatever. That's it's not for everyone. But, like, the people I've surrounded myself with, like, there's a buddy of mine. Me and him were literally, like, our conversations get real edgy, bro. And I want him on this podcast. He's like, dude, I'm an ordinary dude. I'm an ordinary dude. I'm not going to go in there and talk about myself. I'm like, what you don't understand is you may be ordinary, but you do extraordinary shit, bro.
Yeah.
And we're going to fucking talk about it whether you want to or not. And he's going to fucking hate that I just did this and said this. But guess what? It is what it is, bro.
Get his ass on here.
It is what it is.
This is all about.
It is what it is. He literally woke up one day. He's like, I'm running an Ironman.
It's crazy.
What did he do?
Ran
the damn Ironman.
Finished it.
How many Iron Man finishers are there? I mean, if you look at the Ironmans, but like compared to the population,
I never done it.
the dude does everything. And if he walks down the street, he's like, dude, I'm nobody special. I know you're nobody special, but you do special shit that can inspire someone.
Absolutely.
And if it takes someone looking at you and going, you do all that, and maybe I could do half of that. I could do a third of that. Yeah, maybe I could do a quarter of that. Wait, hold on. I don't got time for jiu-jitsu, but you're able to fit all that jiu-jitsu with all that. Maybe I can do jiu-jitsu. Or, man, I want to start this business idea. You can do all that, and you were able to start a bit. Like, that's what this podcast is about, dude. I fucking love that our conversation was so raw.
Idea.
I appreciate you coming in here.
Idea.
I appreciate the invite to your house.
Hey, dude, you sold me this house. What are you talking about?
Still waiting for the housewarming party, bro. It's been a year or two. Like, we've been talking about this at work. Like, when's the housewarming parties? Oh, I'm getting it ready.
You got the garage door codes, bro. You come whenever you want.
You ain't give me that yet. But I appreciate you for coming on. Before we sign off, I just got one question. What's your favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team? Is it a fucking question what my goddamn favorite sports team is? I am from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Are you kidding me? This dude really, this is the Relentless Project, and you're asking me about my favorite sports team?
We got to end it on a light note. We got a little
and
deep.
You're telling me the Pittsburgh defense ain't relentless?
Oh, what a plug! All that being said, I appreciate you guys for listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Hey. This is the one with Devon Siegfried. Later.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Relentless Project. Ish Lopez grew up in the heart of the inner city, but he managed to build multiple income streams, join the ranks of law enforcement, and dive into countless ventures, all thanks to the incredible relationships he forged along the way. And now his passion is to share those stories with you. Make sure to connect with us on social media. Find Ish on Twitter and Instagram at the Ish Lopez, and the show at Relentless PRJCT. We're on all the major streaming platforms, from Spotify to Apple Podcast and Google Podcasts, and wherever you like to catch your favorite shows. See you next time on the Relentless Project.